This week on the Top of Down Under, we're back on the Gibb River Road. Now most people travel this iconic track in search of gorges, and we'll stop at plenty of waterholes that you guys will love. And at the end, we visit a homestead that is nestled in the King Leopold Ranges. If iconic's what you want, we've got it for you this week on Top of Down Under. We've been travelling around the Kimberleys for a few weeks now. It's early June at the moment, which means more tourists are venturing out on the tracks as the tracks are starting to open up. But with the tourists comes the variations. On the Gibb River Road, you are spoilt for choices with beautiful gorges. There's one coming up here. It's only a 3k jump off the road and it's called Barnet River Gorge. It doesn't have a signpost, so keep an eye on your GPS for when it comes up. Coming from the east along the Gibb River Road, the Barnet Gorge Road is found 10 kilometres west of the Mount Elizabeth station turnoff. Camping is permitted here. One kilometre walk, Jim Bob.
Piece of cake, mate. We'll smash it out.
It's a grade 4 walk into here. I've got a beautiful view of the gorge in front of me, and behind me is the Leopold Ranges. Now if you want to take a swim, go in the lower end of the gorge. There's a plunge pool up top, but it can be deep and a little rocky, so no diving. And there's also freshwater crocodiles here to keep in mind. One of the places that you can swim at in the river, if you look upstream, you can actually see these big rock formations, and it's all lined with pandanus palms. It's a really picturesque spot for a swim. The track in is well defined, and after a short drive you arrive at the car park, which has a good area to turn around in if you're towing a trailer. On the road in front we've got Mount Barnet Roadhouse, which offers fuel. Now if you need it before you get there, you can also stop in at Gibb River Station. They've got great prices there and friendly service as well. Heading west towards Mount Barnet Roadhouse, you will cross the river, which it gets its very name from. The water levels are down at the moment. It's only halfway up my wheel. The Mount Barnet Roadhouse trading hours are 8 AM to 4:30 PM, so make sure you arrive in time to be able to pay your camping fees. Once you've got that sorted, head down the track 7 kilometres to a nice camp spot.
Looks like they're having a postie bike challenge here. Looks like a nice campground, also a big baobab tree.
Manning Gorge is arguably one of the most popular campsites in the Kimberleys, and for good reason. It does have great facilities to accommodate the crowds. In the morning, I'll take you on a tour of this breathtaking gorge. Early start this morning, time to strap on the Ariats and head off gorge hunting with a twist. That's right, first up a quick boat ride before we start this walk.
All good.
Thank you. By the photos and the pictures that I've seen, they look beautiful.
Yeah, clear the water.
I can actually see some black bream down there. Thanks, Jim Bob. Bit of arm pump for the morning.
Yeah, a bit more meat.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Good job, mate. Good job. How's your arms after pulling that boat across, Jim Bob?
Yeah, good, mate. All pumped up. Had my noodles with egg this morning.
A bit of protein for energy.
That's it.
I think we're going to need it for this walk.
I was going to say, I didn't burn it all off. We've got a 2K walk to go yet.
Power up.
If these falls are anything like the other ones we've seen, I reckon they should be pretty amazing.
I think they'll be pretty spectacular. And I like how there's actually some signage on this track.
Yeah, the tracks are really well marked.
And those white arrows lead you in the right direction.
Mate, you'd be crazy to go the wrong way. It's so clearly marked, isn't it?
I know. I'd probably class this as a moderate walk, Jim Bob.
Yeah, you got to keep your wits about you. It's a decent little hill climb.
And it's here that you can actually hear the waterfall cascading down the rocks. We are on the final descent. Come on, Jim Bob, we're nearly there.
Come on, mate. I'll lock the hubs in for this last little bit.
Yeah, she's a bit of a scratch down.
You all right, mate? I've got it.
Keeping an eye on you. The arrows have stopped, Jim Bob, but it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Look at that. That waterfall is cranking. It's a good hour's walk over rough, rocky terrain, and it can be a little hot because there's not much shade along the way. So pick your times that you come in to do the walk. Early morning's good, and also late in the afternoon. And the same goes with camping here. It's a very popular spot, so get in early to secure your campsite. But after you walk, this is what you come to, the beautiful Manning Falls. This is just another gem of the Kimberleys. Inside tip, before you leave Mount Barnett Roadhouse, grab a burger. They are sensational. They cook from 8 AM till 2 PM. And if you need fuel, grab it there as well, because there's no fuel until Derby now. But we're hitting the road, we're going to find some new adventures in front. Bad section of corrugations right now. This is what you get with the Gibb River Road. You get some really nice spots, and then you get some really nasty sections. Coming up to the Adcock River next, looking at my GPS. There's so many gorges around here. You could spend days ducking in and out doing all the gorges. I remember a couple of my friends did the Kimberleys a few years ago, and they said they got super fit from walking in to all of these water holes. When you travel outback roads like the Gibb, make sure you turn your headlights on so oncoming traffic can see you easier. And also keep your eye out for wandering stock. They don't do fences out here really. The cattle can roam wherever they like. Free-range cattle.
There's a massive bull on the side of the road. I'm just going to pull up and say hello to him. He's absolutely monstrous. I don't want to upset him too much because I reckon he might have a go at me, but he is absolutely huge. Look at the size of this bad boy. G'day fella. How are ya? You're a fine looking specimen. Mate, did you get a few steaks out of that bad boy? G'day, is your name Bruce? You can tell there's plenty of feed around here for him. Hey buddy, you've been feeding real nice.
Between Mount Elizabeth Station turnoff and Mount Hart Homestead turnoff, there are 8 different gorges to choose from that are all open to the public that you can check out and access. Now, it's a bit different to last year. Last season we did 5 deserts, and it's lovely to see some water around this year. Our next destination is Mount Hart Homestead in the dramatic King Leopold Ranges. Nestled in the King Leopold Ranges and 49 kilometres off the Gibb River Road is Mount Hart Wilderness Lodge. Originally a cattle station established in the 1900s, the homestead has had a turbulent history. But nowadays, with a new owner and a new vision, Mount Hart is re-establishing itself as a true Kimberley must-see destination. Wow, Jim Bob, it's looking really green around here at the moment, isn't it? A bit of water around.
Yeah, the regrowth after the burn off is really coming out nice and green.
Yeah, and there's plenty of water in the creek crossings as well.
Yeah, I heard they get a decent wet up here.
It's not uncommon to have 1.5 meters of water. It's just a huge amount of water, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. That's very good. And they must be able to hold it in the creeks.
Yeah, there's been a few deep ones along this road. The track's been fantastic. We're coming up shortly to the homestead, Jim Bob. Are you hungry?
Mate, I am absolutely starving, and I heard that this homestead is a wilderness lodge as well with a restaurant.
You're in luck, my friend, because word on the Gibb is that the chef here is pretty amazing.
After camping, we pre-cooked some pretty good meals, but a chef with a restaurant, oh my goodness, let me at it.
We'll be there shortly, mate. You'll be able to wrap your taste buds around it.
I'm going to put this chef to the test.
From 1914 right into the late 80s, Mount Hart has had pastoral leases for cattle grazing through this area. They've endured some very hard times here, and it's been a battle against the odds. And in the 90s, it saw a shift into ecotourism, and now it is a hub for tourists to come and visit. A beautiful spot, great chef here, and amazing scenery. It's well worth a look. One of the first things you notice on arriving at Mount Hart is the extensive, lush tropical gardens and green grass.
Welcome to Mount Hart.
How nice are these campsites, Penzo?
I'm really enjoying the shady trees, and the hot showers, they're great too. This creek here, it flows all year round, so plenty of water for those showers.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of grass to keep the dust down. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, too, right.
So, I've got a map here I got from the homestead showing us all the creeks and gorges. What's the plan for today?
The plan is to start at Annie Creek up the top here. You can do some swimming there, and there's a creek that you four-wheel drive into as well.
Cool, yeah, it looks like a good size one on the map here.
Next is TODU8 Gorge. By midday we should have some lunch there, and that will really light up the colours on that rock there.
I heard it's nice at lunchtime. Cool. That'll be good to check out.
Sunset Hill, I've actually organised a little something special for you, my friend, at 4:45, so we can't be late. We have to be there.
Really? All right. Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you.
Last is Barker's Pool, so we'll see how we go time-wise.
Yep.
But that's what we've got organised for today.
Cool. Well, that sounds like an action-packed, fun day. So let's hit it.
Alrighty. Whilst Annie Creek is a nice spot to have lunch, if you want to go for a swim and you want more than a splash, head up to TODU8 Gorge. The beauty about this place is that all the attractions are within a 10-kilometre radius of the homestead, and you can get in and out in pretty much a standard four-wheel drive. The Barker River flows through this TODU8 Gorge. It's an 800-metre walk-in, and you have to cross 3 creeks and lots of rocks. It sounds like a really neat walk. What are you up to, Jim Bob?
I just let some air out of the airbags. I'm not towing the boat anymore, so I thought I'd smoothen the ride out a little bit.
Great idea. You ready to rumble?
Yep, let's check it out.
Yes, this is what we were looking for. It's been a rocky walk-in and we've been following these markers along the way. It's been worthwhile though because we're at this secluded swimming hole here. It's just beautiful with the water cascading down into it. What do you reckon, Jim Bob?
It's very swim-worthy.
The TODU8 rocks that form this gorge are unique to this section of the King Leopold Ranges and a contrast to most of the Kimberley terrain. They are found in several outcrops on Mount Hart Station. There's plenty of spots to swim at TODU8 Gorge, especially on a 35-degree heat day. And it flows all year round, so you're always guaranteed a swim no matter what time you come here. We've got plenty of light before our sunset appointment this afternoon, so I'm going to pop down to Barker's Pool and show you what's available there.
TODU8 was a fantastic little gorge. Lots of little swimming spots all the way along, so if there's a few people at one, you can just move on to the next one. We walked right up to the end of the gorge, swim it through the big body of water, and there was more falls above that. It was absolutely fantastic.
Mate, we've just passed the homestead on our left now. We'll be at Barker's Pool shortly.
Yep, cool. The other ones have been amazing, and I reckon these ones will be even better.
So there's the old way of blowing up your swimming floaty, and then there's the new way, or the smarter way. I was a bit worried Jimmy might have put a hole in it, but it's all good. You look a bit puffed, mate. Is that sweat? Sweating?
Don't tell Penny.
I can hear it.
You didn't see anything. Oh yeah, see mine's pumped up better than yours.
So there was a sneaky little hole in my floaty. Not mentioning any names. Bit of duct tape. What duct tape won't fix? Get a zip tie.
We almost look like a Toyota pattern.
I'm coming in. Got a major catastrophe here. My floaty's still going down while someone else is out there relaxing. Mine is conveniently still going down. You know who your friends are.
Lucky you got a compressor, eh?
I did have a surprise planned for him this afternoon, but I don't know if he deserves it now. My floaty's going down and I'm stuck in the shallows with the guppies. What are you coming in for?
I was lonely.
You missed me.
I was scared that someone might eat me and Penny wasn't there to protect me.
That was another pleasant little swimming spot. It's time to head back to camp, take advantage of those hot showers and get ready for a little rendezvous this afternoon and watch the sun go down. I was a little disappointed that I didn't get to do the Munda track this year, but there are other options to see Walcott's Inlet, and this is it. It is so much fun. If you get a chance, have a go yourself. It's beautiful from the air. It will take about half an hour to fly out over the numerous gorges and along the Isdale River, which in itself is a spectacular river to follow before reaching the muddy waters of Walcott's Inlet. With 11-metre tides and 3 major rivers feeding the inlet, the spring tides roar through this estuary system. Due to the numerous sheer cliffs, rapids and waterfalls along the way, there is something to see around each bend of the river. If you ever get the chance to fly this area, it's absolutely amazing. It's a totally different perspective than driving it. And the chopper pilots, they've got a pretty cool job. They actually get to see it in its full glory right up in the sky.
We've been invited to check out the sunset lookout, and I've got a funny feeling, well, this is what Penny was saying, she's got a little surprise for me. I think it might be maybe a little wine and cheese surprise if I'm lucky, but I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But I am pretty excited, I'm not going to lie. So we're nearly there, just heading out now. Cheers, mate.
Sunset Point has really turned it on this afternoon. We've just watched the sun sink down behind the Leopold Ranges. There's a great deck here, a table and chairs that you can take full advantage of. And next year there will actually be a full restaurant here with these views. Will be just stunning.
The sunset viewing platform at Mount Hart station was just breathtaking. You had 360-degree views all the way around, and the colours that were bouncing off the back of the ranges were absolutely sensational. Beautiful spot, and I hear that's going to be the location for the new restaurant up there. So imagine that, having your meal looking at that sunset going down. That would just be absolutely beautiful spot to have a meal and just relax at the end of a hard day. So I cannot wait to come back here when the restaurant is finished.
There is plenty of reasons to visit Mount Hart Wilderness Lodge. From the exquisite dining and bars to the tropical gardens and accommodation options. You were spoilt for choice here. This place is bucket list material. Till next week, I'm Penny Wells, and travel safe.